welcome to my beginner intermediate scapular stabilization and strengthening workout. This workout today is going to be working on strengthening those muscles around our shoulder blade, which are important for shoulder function, preventing injury, for our entire shoulder girdle, but also for all of our postural muscles to support our neck and spine also. So it's not just working, one joint or one area. So we're going to use a loop band, or you can, like a light to medium resistance, you can use a regular band and tie it in a knot, and a wall. Everything is standing today with a wall. So we're going to start with a serratus anterior activation exercise. So this is a muscle you may not have heard of, but it protracts the shoulder blade, and it also helps with upward rotation of that shoulder blade, which is important for shoulder function. So I'm doing like a bow and arrow kind of position like this, and then I'm keeping my elbows straight, and I'm kind of punching forward through my shoulder blade. So working right up in here. This muscle attaches in the ribs and in the shoulder blade. So this one arm is holding on, stabilizing, while the other one is punching forward. And this is just to kind of wake up those muscles a little bit, as we're going to be using them in a few different exercises. It's really important for, proper function of the shoulder blade and for the, shoulder mechanics. So it's important to have good movement. You need good movement of that shoulder blade, but you also need good stability through that shoulder blade. So we're kind of working both today. Go ahead and switch sides. So punching forward and back. Protraction, retraction, protraction, retraction. That's essentially what we're doing here, okay? It's like you're punching without bending the elbow. Good. A little resistance through the band. Okay. So we're going to add on. You're going to put the band around the arms here. Palms are facing each other. It's around our wrists. Pinky side of the hands are against the wall. And we're going to have a little resistance, a little tension in the band. And we're going to slide and glide down. So I'm facing the wall. I'm sliding my arms up. And I'm sliding my arms down. So I'm feeling my shoulders around my deltoid, my rotator cuff working, but I'm also going to start thinking about what I was talking about, that upward rotation of that shoulder blade, because I'm going to add on, we're going to then elevate our shoulders, then bring them back down, bring the elbows back down. So you're going to straighten the elbows, and then we're going to bring our shoulders into our ears. So you look like this from the front. So think about that movement, that upward rotation through our shoulder blades. Okay, that's a lot of people are struggling with sometimes, who have like impingement issues in their shoulder. They're not getting proper function through their shoulder blade, either through, something's tight or something's weak, or both. So this might be a little counterintuitive, as we always are told to keep, shoulders down out of the ears, but we do need to work the upper traps too. So if they're over lengthened and irritated, and they need to be, shortened a little bit, and they need to be strengthened. But we're also working that mobility through our shoulder blades. Good. So go ahead, take the band away for now. We're going to come back to it. Shake out those arms, bring those arms overhead again. Okay, we're going to do that again, where we're just focusing on that upper trap movement here. So we just bring our shoulders into our ears. Try to keep it even. So yeah, our muscles can be shortened and weak, or they can be lengthened and weak. So what happens is, what I was saying is, our upper traps can be too lengthened, and they can be irritated, and they can be weak. So we're working on those upper traps a little bit here, and getting that good motion through the shoulder blade, which is important for shoulder mobility and movement. Now we're gonna do middle trap motion. So go ahead and put your arms to a T, and you're just gonna take the hands off the wall, elbows stay straight. So think about squeezing those shoulder blades together now. Those muscles between the shoulder blades are working. So all of these really are also just getting good motion through the shoulder blade, even though we're also strengthening, but also just getting that good posture. Stand up nice and tall, neck is long. So we're getting those middle traps. 2 and 1. Shake that out. We're gonna bring those arms back overhead into a V, pinky side facing the wall. Okay, so now we're just doing a straight lift off. Thinking about those lower traps that attach to the bottom, are at the bottom of the shoulder blade there. So lift off looks like this, okay? Last one. Good. Okay, shake that out. We're gonna put our back against the wall now. And we're gonna do snow angels against the wall. Okay, so you're gonna look like this, okay, against the wall. So you're thinking about keeping your shoulder blades flat against the wall, so kind of shoulder blades back, and you're trying to keep everything in contact with the wall. So as you bring your arms overhead, you'll really feel a stretch in your upper back, and you'll feel some stretch in your pecs. This is really good for all your postural muscles, but also for a little bit of feedback to feel your shoulder blade trying to flatten against your upper back, your thoracic cage. A lot of us are wingers, so those shoulder blades are, not flat against the thoracic cage. So we're trying to teach those bones to stay flat while just working on that good posture. Last one. Good. Do a modified plank against the wall here. Walk your feet back, pull your belly button in, body's flat as a board. Elbows are straight. So we're gonna go back to that serratus anterior, so that protraction. Your shoulder blades are coming apart, and then they're coming a little closer together. So I'm pushing away from the wall. I'm not bending my elbows. I'm moving through my shoulder blades here again in a closed chain exercise, okay? Feeling those muscles working again. Call it like a serratus push-up, but it's a little modified since it's against the wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake that out. Hands back on the wall, but you can bring them a little further apart because we're going to go into a push-up. Make sure your head stays in line with your neck and you're not pulling your head forward to touch the wall. Not cheating. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and do that again. Shake that out. So put hands in front of you. They're about shoulder distance apart for this first one. Elbows are straight. We're going to do that protraction, retraction. So the elbows are not moving with this one. It's a little awkward if you've done this before. A little bit of a learning curve. moving through my shoulder blades here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Hands a little further apart. We're doing a push-up like we would on the ground, but just against the wall. So it's a little easier on the body. I'm moving as one unit. 1 unit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, 2 more exercises are going to be with the band. The last 2. We're going to put the bit loop around the outside of the wrist again, and we're going to walk sideways along the wall. So I'm walking with my feet and my hands are kind of coming with. So I'm always having this kind of tension in the wall. This is what I look like, or in the band, against the wall. Okay, so you're really feeling like your posterior deltoids working, the shoulder. I'm thinking about my shoulder blades here, kind of squeezing together a little bit. But I'm definitely feeling like my shoulder muscles working too. That posterior chain more so. Go ahead and do that one more time. Belly's pulled in. Whew. Okay, gotta finish with a burn a little bit. Last one we're gonna finish with is a clock. So there is a hand clock on your wall, okay, pretend. I'm gonna stabilize with one hand, and then the other hand, I'm gonna punch up by extending my elbow to 12 o'clock, and then I'm gonna punch out to 2 o'clock, and then punch out to 3 o'clock, to 4 or 5 o'clock, and down to 6, getting a little tricep work here. And then I'm gonna get overhead, and then out to the diagonal, and out to the side. So we're getting lots of different muscles here, but we're thinking about stabilizing our shoulder blade as we're doing it. So keeping it against our rib cage. When it's out to the side, but it's going to rotate up as we reach overhead. But then as we go out to the side, it's going to kind of squeeze back. Last one. Down to 4 or 5 o'clock, down to 6. Shake that out. We're going to switch sides. This is the last exercise. Down, up to 12, out to 2, out to the side to 3. So that stabilizing arm is working to keep it in place. That bicep is, I feel that bicep working on my right side, my stabilizing arm. 12, 2, 3, 4 or 5, down to 6. Last one, 12 and out to 2, 3, 4 or 5, down to 6. Whew, good job.